Alrighty guys, today we are once again with another video of the most wanted updates in War Tycoon. We are of course back in the Gizmotech Discord server, and I'm again today going to be starting from rather the suggestions that have been just posted lately, rather than the ones that are insanely old, which I believe most of them do not have as much use anymore. So anyway, let's just jump into it. You guys have shown a lot of support to the recent video, and I very much appreciate it. And by the way, thank you so much for everyone for actually hitting the subscribe button. We just hit 20k today, and I will hopefully be doing a special video for that tomorrow. We'll just have to see. Anyway, the first suggestion of today's video is, what is this Gizmo? Please fix this. I've actually seen this bug for like a week now, and it is quite sad, but you are basically getting a lock-on warning as a person, and I don't know where that comes from, but I know it's because of the backend changes that have been happening lately. Yes, Gizmo, please fix this. I really much agree with this. So the next suggestion over here is add the ability to see the progress of completion, and I actually really like this suggestion for the one very cool fact is that it's just so annoying when we were just waiting for parts. We just literally have to go downstairs into the bunker or whatever to actually go ahead and take a look on how long it's going to be taking until the parts will finally regenerate. It's an absolute pain to actually go through that, and it is a little bit of a cool quality of life change to actually have this. So the next suggestion is add the M249 or any LMG. We haven't really had those in the game really, and I gotta say, these are one of my favorite type of weapons in any type of game. God, I freaking love using these things. I wonder how they would actually go ahead and balance it, because of course it's going to be a somewhat different type of weapon to what we are used to right now. I think it should just be able to do lower damage and have higher fire rates, but that's again how I would balance it, and just not have the best accuracy. It does make sense. Anyway, the next suggestion over here that we have over here is warning systems for planes. So you know how helicopters have that alarm thingy when they reach low health? Planes could get that too, and people pretty much just want this to be added in. Yeah, critical health, just telling us to eject. I would really love something like this to happen, though I do think it does also take away from the skill of players, because if it's just telling us critical health to eject, that's one of the most annoying features of the game, is that the fact when you do go ahead and get your opponent on very low health and pretty much just destroy them, they just press X and then they're gone, and you just end up not getting a kill that is very much earned. I think this feature is cool for quality of life, but at the same time for the overall player experience, I don't think it's as this good of an idea, so I'm gonna just be very mixed opinionated on this, so I don't think this should be added, but it will be cool nonetheless. Anyway, next suggestion right here is make it possible to modify the M82 Barrett, for example, given the suppressor. Yes, I think it will be really cool to have this in the Barrett, or really any other weapons that are very much limited in terms of attachments. Some of them it will be impossible to put some attachments on, but then the others it will be way more possible, but on average most of the weapons in the game are very much possible to do so. Anyway, next suggestion over here is to the A10 Warthog, make it survive tank shots. It is literally a tank destroyer. Yes, I agree with this, and I would love to also have more camos added into planes as well. That's just kind of like a side note I wanted to add into this point. And yeah, you know, since the SU-25 Frogfoot can tank a tank show, it would be pretty cool if the A10 could also do the same. But then at the same time, it kind of does ruin the balancing of the game and takes away from the point of one to get the Frogfoot. So I think this is also a very mixed one. I think the A10 should just have more firepower, because if more and more planes just start being able to tank shields, there's nothing really special going for them at that point. Anyway, next suggestion over here is make it possible to take a normal ghillie suit in loadouts. Yep, I don't think this suit is actually available in the loadouts. We only just have a different one. Anyway, next suggestion over here is removing this, which is the 2 millions and 10 millions and etc. rewards that we could go ahead and get inside the spin. Yeah, man, there's so many gold rewards we could get, but then we just end up getting cash and pretty much just get surprised, and it just becomes very sad when we do go ahead and get this cash, because I'm gonna be honest, cash in this game is so easy to replenish and just get, to the point that it's just so useless to go ahead and get this as a reward. Okay, once again, another weapon request. I'm all for it. I would love to have more weapons in the game. Nothing more to say about this. Is stop adding 10 million money to Will when I only get the SU-25 from it. Okay, so right now the way that the mechanic works is that it's going to be taking a few days for a different kind of spin reward that's like equal to the yacht, for example, to go ahead and be put in the spin. However, if you guys are going to be getting all of the rewards, I believe that is, from the spin, that is all all going to be left on 10 million cash, or it's just going to be giving you an operation in here. I think that's not the way it works. That's at least from my experience, but yeah, I don't really like the fact we have cash on the spin. It just doesn't make that much sense. Anyway, as a pity system, people of course want to have the way higher chances after just not being able to get anything for a while. I completely understand this. Once again, the chance is pity 40 out of 80. Yeah, I think it will be pretty cool to have this. But then at the end of the day, it's very hard to implement something like this. I really hope the developers are going to be implementing it at some point. But again, it will really take away from the profits and just slow down the development, in my opinion. Alright, so the next suggestion over here is add the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. The stats of it is going to be 3 out of health, 0 out of firepower, and 3 out of speed. I think having a vehicle like this, they don't even have to have any type of firepower. Some vehicles could just be added in the game for the sake of it to also look cool and have some kind of use as well. Like, it will be really cool. Like, for example, if they make the Blackbird the fastest vehicle in the game to, like, get away from people, or maybe get away from bases, etc. I think this will be cool, but really, I think firepower is not always what we're looking for, which is something that a lot of players have been finding. That's kind of like a misconception recently. Anyway, the next suggestion over here, one of our casual suggestions that everyone wants, add a radar to jets, or really add a radar to planes, helicopters, really anything, to be totally honest with you. I would love to have this in the game. Anyway, the next feature over here is helicopters with turrets like the Apache, Mi-28, etc. should have infiltrated cameras when pressing a key like this. Yes, because the thing with helicopters, or even any type of bombers, I believe as well, is that they do have a camera at the bottom, to the point you guys could actually go ahead and bomb or attack while not having to kind of dive down, because that's not actually how you make attacks with these modernized vehicles. You use your technology and not just use the strength of the vehicle itself and having to get it in specific scenarios. The point of the technology itself on these vehicles is actually to allow you to just be able to use them easier. So I think they should actually go ahead and go with this path rather than just keep on making vehicles stronger in firepower, just give them more technological features. Alright, so the next suggestion over here is remove those if they are in the air for more than 5 seconds without a target or something like that. It's quite confusing. They are talking about the missile getting stuck in the sky glitch, I believe this is. I think this is a glitch and not an intended feature in the game, but yes, it will be cool to also have something like this going in the game. It can be a little bit confusing. Once again, another suggestion to add realistic and proper drones such as the Reaper. I don't know if this is going to be added anytime soon. I really hope it will, but for now I just don't know what's going to be happening. Fix that the F-35 has an afterburner while being in Veto, because it isn't like it is in real life. And the reason why this is such a problem is because the F-35 that we have in War Tycoon right now is just a mix of different F-35s in real life, and that's what I freaking hate about it. But nothing we can really do about it. For now, let's hope the F-35 will just get a redesign, or we get an actual clear model of the F-35 that we want to have in the game as well. Anyway, the next suggestion over here is add once again another revolver. I think it will be cool to have more weapons in the game. I'm always for this, so another suggestion over here is maybe an actual working anti-cheat system would be nice. Yeah, well, the problem is they can do as much as Roblox will allow them to do. If Roblox anti-cheat is flawed, it's going to be flawed for a lot of our games, unfortunately. Alrighty, so the next suggestion over here is make the missiles on the AC-130 functional. Yes, I would love to have such a feature added into the game. Like, I don't understand why the AC-130 has such limited weaponry. I mean, the only reason why this was done is because back in the OG War Tycoon, when the AC-130 was first ever added, I believe that was, it didn't have as much firepower because it just didn't fit the game's balancing. But now I think it would deserve a buff and just have kind of like a rebalance and just have a lot more weapons. Alrighty, another suggestion which we have over here is add some distance numbers so you can calculate how to aim your sniper. Here is the thing, this would help out, but then at the end of the day, the calculations will not be able to kind of help us with numbers. Because the reason why is because there isn't really a system that tells us how much the bullets will drop off from distance and etc. So at the same time, they would have to kind of rework the way that the scoping as a whole works, rather than just adding one quality of life change. Once again, make the AC-130 a flyable plane, so you would actually need your friends to fire meanwhile you fly it. Yes, I would love the AC-130 to actually be useful, because I wish they could just make it like the B-29 Bomber, like the B-2 Spirit. I think it would be really cool to have kind of like an AC-130 buff or just change once again. I would love to have this. Once again, people complaining about the spin, I'm not going to be reading this out. Add an AI to Ju-87 Stuka, rotate and increase the bomb's radius radius and damage also make it cost 1 part overall. Well, it looks like someone has watched my video and understands the problem with the with the Ju-87 Stuka. It does suck that it does not take 1 part each, that it does take 2 parts, I believe, for weaponry, that is. But yeah, I would love to have some kind of buff and make this vehicle a lot more useful. Once again, more suggestions about the spin. I'm not going to be reading it out. It's kind of the same thing over and over again. Okay, so the next suggestion here is add an FV71 Fox armored vehicle. The armor is going to be 30mm AP, 6.62mm and a smoke. And I actually am not for this suggestion as much, and the reason being is because once again it feels like it's copying the Boxer in a sense, because you're essentially being put into a spot where the weaponries are just going to be the same over and over again. And I would love to have different types of weaponries and have the vehicles a lot more unique. Like, for example, why not have more wire-guided missile garage vehicles while also having some kind of machine gun or etc. I think that would be really cool, just having a different Game Pass vehicle here. Anyway, the next suggestion over here is add an Easter egg of the Tycopter in the game. Yes, everyone wants the Tycopter. Once again, back in the game, we haven't seen this thing in a while. Hopefully it's going to be back for April Fool's, which by the way is going to be coming in around 2 to 3 months, which is pretty cool. Anyway, the next suggestion over here is Operation Clear Ground. Add a laser-guided missile launcher. It works like this. When you fire the missile, you go to the missile POV and you get to control it. It's kind of like a kamikaze drone, but different. Yes, I would love something like this to happen in the game. It's literally just like the current wire-guided missiles that we have in the game. Oh man, I would love to see this. It's just such a cool feature to go ahead and add. It just needs to stay balanced though, that's the thing. Anyway, next suggestion right here is once again add another weapon. Always going to be giving it a thumbs up. And then the last suggestion of this video, 2 suggestions. First, replace the Boxer CRV with Boxer Skyranger 30. Yes, once again, I would love to have some kind of replacement to the Boxer because this thing is just so dry and it doesn't really put on anything new to the table. And then the second one, when in the AC-130, faction members should show up as green as shown in my 11 to 10 drawing skills, and it's going to be attempt 2, day 2 of just sending this suggestion. Once again, one of my more favorite suggestions. Let me know in the comment section down below which one here today was your favorite one, and yeah, this is going to be the next episode. And let me know in the comment section down below whatever videos you guys would want me to do. Maybe I could start a new series on some different types of ideas, or maybe even any series on anything you guys want. Anyway, tomorrow I will try to post a good special video, which is going to be a challenge video, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks so much to my channel members.